All right, we're going to bisect 4 muscles here for the deep dissection. Okay, but here's what I want you to do. I want you to put your mink on his back. Everybody do that now. You can do this with me. I know we're on video, but do it with me. All right, and then inspect. This is deep dissection. This is superficial chest. Deep chest, superficial chest. Whatever side the superficial chest is on, I want you to grab his little arm. Okay? Everybody do that. Thumb and forefinger, grab his little arm. That's going to be our reference point. Okay? Without letting go of it, I want you to flip him over onto his belly and make sure you're still holding that arm towards you. I don't want his arm away from you. I want you to spin your mink and don't let go. Never, ever let go. Do not let go. Here's why I'm being so serious about this. We have to make sure that deep shoulder is not on deep chest, or you run the risk of the arm pulling off. Okay, so once I have this facing me, I know I'm doing deep shoulder only on this side, not both sides, one side, this side. I'm now going to let go of this, and never shall I move this mink again. Ready? Boom. And I'm only going to dissect on the side close to me. Do not cut the muscles on both sides. Now, with that said, and you can always triple check later, we have to cut 4 muscles. I'm going to cut clavo, acromio, and spinotrapezius, and then latissimus dorsi. I'm going to show you this all at once, so just watch the screen, take it in. It's not going to take long, and then you can watch it on YouTube. Okay? Now remember, bisection is 90 degrees to the fibers, somewhere in the belly of the muscle. So the first one I'm going to cut is clavotrapezius. It runs from there to the shoulder blade, so I'm going to cut it about right there at that angle. Okay? If it's cleanly dissected, you should be able to get your scissors all the way under it. I'm just going to take my forceps and hold it. Don't cut it too far left or right, right somewhere in the middle. And then I'm going to reflect, which does not mean take a moment to think about what you just did. A little joke for you. I'm just going to clean this back a little bit. That's going to allow me to see the muscles underneath. Okay. Now the next one I'm going to cut is acromiotrapezius. And this one's dissected. I'm just going to free it up a little bit more on the midline. There we go. You can see acromio's free, but I don't want to cut through the tendon. I want to cut right through the muscle. So I'm going to pick this back edge right here. Start halfway. There's the top, there's the bottom. I'm going to start my cut and just go right across this muscle from the back to the front. I always like to put my scissors in first to make sure I'm clear. Pull them back. And then I'm going to go right through that muscle, acromiotrapezius. And then you can see this time you're actually going to have some serious reflection to do, because you got to clear this connective tissue. Let's do this now so we don't have to do it later. Right down to those other muscles, and you can see other muscles underneath there. I'm going to clean that right back to the vertebral column. And I'm just going to work that little piece of fat free, right like that. You could always pull this fat off later if you wanted to. If you have a good tendon like this one, please don't tear it. If it is torn, you're just going to have to work around it. All right, then I'm going to take this little nub and reflect this side, pull this down, and I can see the other shoulder muscles in there. The next one is spinotrapezius. Here it is right here. Make sure you can get all the way under it. There we go. Now this is the one people will mess up. You tend to cut into the vertebral column. You have to make your your cut into the hole. So we want to cut right along that margin. If you just cut to there, it won't open up. Right along that margin. And then the flaps won't be the same size this time, but just cut right through spinotrapezius, reflect it back, free it up from all these other muscles. Take this medial portion. I'm going to oh, be careful. That muscle was so soft. Wow. Sorry about that. Whoops. Never want to hear your teacher say whoops. Wow. Holy smokes. Wow, I don't know why that's shredding. Let me try it that way. There we go. All right, the last one we're going to cut is latissimus dorsi. There's the upper fibers right there. So, because that was covered up, that dissection is not done. See me wiggling under there? So what I want to do is dissect this anterior margin. I'm just going to dissect it and bring it right back like this. And you can see they have some shreds in here. This muscle's just really wet. It is not their fault. Although all those little tears up here, those are my fault. All right, so I dissected that margin right behind the scapula. Now I can stick my probe underneath that muscle and I can see where I'm going to cut. So I'm going to use a guide this time. Remember, you got to cut into the hole, not into the vertebral column. I'm going to open this thing up. Oops, round side down, round side down. And again, the flaps will not be the same size here. This portion is going to be a lot smaller. So I'm going to pull that one back, and I can just use my forefinger. There's the back edge, there's the inferior angle of the scapula. And I'm going to lift this up. Now I'm going to continue this off camera because this is one point. You can see latissimus dorsi is not completely dissected. So I'm also off camera going to finish all the way back to there. I'm going to finish that dissection. This should be cleaned and flipped backwards, and then all of this shoulder will be open. I need that done by the next time you walk in here. Ready, set, go.